Buenos dias and good Monday morning. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Cardinals won yesterday.
Great weekend it was.
Yes.
Yes.
31-20.
Oh, dude, I was
Speedy
freaking...
Wells, 2 touchdown runs.
That guy's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. And he's just getting started.
Yes.
I mean, I'm really excited to see where this guy goes in the next couple of years. Once the game, finally slows down for him a little bit, because it's moving pretty fast right now.
Yes.
once the game slows down,
like you heard that on the radio or something.
I know. Someone was listening to 620 KTR when I was. I had to run out for halftime to go pick up a spin cycle. So
yeah, and I went with you because I was really mad at the game at that time.
We
were
actually
down 14-0, I think.
Yeah, we actually had to leave the game. We felt like we were jinxing it, so we
Yes.
left. And then and sure enough, as long as we're not watching, they came back,
Yes.
and then it's safe for us to watch once we got a nice safe.
And my blood pressure came down and my football Tourette's went away. Every other word was F-bombs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you threw a few of them out there yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, and they were all well within bounds.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Please leave the kids at home when you come over to our house to watch the game, because there's sure to be some rated R language going on, especially if we lose. Yeah. And if we win too, there's some happy.
There's some good F-bombs getting thrown around there.
At least for me.
Yeah, right. So how you doing?
Not bad.
Good. Well, we got just a fun week ahead. We got a lot going on. Once again, the alpha version, not quite the beta version yet, of Reshape, it is up and running. So you can go to reshapeTheNation.com, and you can just, if you do sign in, you can get a feel for what carb cycling is like. There's menus on there and all that other good stuff, so you can understand what the high and the low carb days and just kind of the overall basis of what we're doing and what it's all about. So now, of course, the full program, we're looking to launch that in a couple weeks. It's going to be out, and of course, that's when we really get into the detail of everything. And that's, I mean, there's cooking, and we got the accelerators outside, and the 50 workouts for Shape the States, and gosh, I mean, like 8.5 hours of different workouts. We put a lot into this. So, big couple weeks coming. A really big couple weeks coming, but really exciting for all of us. So, anyway, good weekend, and I'm finally out of the house. Jeez, I was stuck in the house with that damn brace for all of last week with that huge contraption on my shoulder. So, but it's feeling good. See, I got some movement in here. I can move it around.
I'm sorry about the high five earlier today.
Yeah, I know.
High five! Oh yeah, sorry, bud.
So I'm out of my brace, but at the same time, I'm still gonna keep it on there every once in a while. I'm still in it, sometimes when I sleep, and I'm gonna baby the shoulder for the next couple weeks. Then I can start into rehab and I can really start moving again. So looking forward to it. But of course, that's actually why I went out and got a spin bike today, because I can't wait to start moving again. We'll stop rambling.
How about some questions?
Yeah, bring it. Here we go.
All right, this is from John. He's a 55-year-old man who weighs over 500 pounds, and he wants to know if he should be eating 500 grams of protein a day.
Oh, okay.
And a two-parter to that is some people have heard that they could only eat 30 grams of protein, being able to absorb that much.
Yes.
So,
okay. Great question.
How does that work?
Yeah, and that's a really good question, because there's a saying when it comes to the amount of protein that we should be eating every day when it comes to either muscle gain or weight loss, and just the overall general kind of the shotgun blast is saying it's safe to eat your body weight in grams, but there's always exceptions. It's really hard to dial in a specific program for the masses when we're also dealing with 95-pound girl and a 500-pound man. So, shotgun blast, you can say, it's good to eat your body weight in grams. However, there are exceptions, and so eating 500 grams of protein, you're obviously going to be eating more protein than your body can even assimilate and use. So here's a really quick rule of thumb for you. If you're actually over 300 pounds, I typically like to feed anyone over 300 pounds just to about 300 grams of protein a day. And is it completely dialed in? No. But you know what? We're getting close enough. And if you're looking at 300 grams of protein, that's 1,200 calories. So that right there is the base base for a low-calorie diet for women. So number one, you're not going to exceed your calorie intake if you're consuming, number one, your base of your nutrition, of your daily diet is going to be, you know, that even 300 grams of protein. Say you're 350 pounds. Well, I'll tell you what, first and foremost, if you're 350 pounds, you're burning a lot more calories than 1,200 a day. I can guarantee you that, because you got a lot of muscle mass in your glutes, quads, and hams, and the leg muscles, which are the biggest muscles in your body. So it is safe to go ahead and feed yourself up to about 300 grams. But you know what? I don't want to feed your body more than about 300 to that 300 mark, simply because chances are if you're 500 pounds, you're not 500 pounds of solid muscle. If you were 500 pounds of solid muscle, believe it or not, I would feed you 500 grams of protein a day, because it's the amount of muscle that's on your body. Remember, we don't feed fat. Fat is not an extremely active tissue in the body. Muscle is the most active living tissue of the body. So when we feed you your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, we're feeding the muscle. We're not feeding the fat. So if chances are, if you're 350 pounds, unless you're Darnell Dockett, you're probably, this guy's solid muscle, I would go ahead and feed him 350 grams of protein. But for most of us out here, you know, chances are you're not 350 pounds of muscle. So, you know, play it safe. If you're 450 pounds, 500 pounds, go ahead and eat about 300 grams of protein a day, divide it into those 5 meals. So yeah, you're looking at 60 grams in a meal. Is that overkill? Is it overspill? Overkill and overspill? Yeah, you know what? Actually, it is. However, also keep in mind, there's a couple different things that we're going to be doing here. And manipulation is the first and foremost. That's the number one priority. So, yes. Granted, a little bit of extra protein in the diet acts as a diuretic, and it'll actually help flush a lot of water out of your system. Is it good for you? We'll drink a lot of water, because sometimes it can put a little bit of stress on those kidneys. So just pay really, really close attention to it. Going back to this, the other question saying, well, can't we only assimilate and absorb 30 grams at a time? It all depends. You know, that's the beauty of nutrition. That's the beauty of this structure that we're creating. There is no one answer for anybody. It depends. You know, are there some people out there and 30 grams is all they can assimilate? Yes. But you know what? There are some 250-pound, 300-pound bodybuilders that can assimilate 50, 52 grams of protein every 2.5, 3 hours. So, no, it really all depends. Here's a quick, really easy rule of thumb for you. Just the average female, take a 40 years old, 140 pounds. I always just kind of shotgun blast most women at about 20 grams. I prefer that you're going to consume about 20 grams of protein every 2.5 to 3 hours. For males, I overspill you a little bit, and I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to go ahead and feed you 40 grams every 2.5 to 3 hours. This is a shotgun blast. That's also why, even in the stack system, you know, there's graduated indicia based on your weight, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300 pounds. You have to eat based on, well, number one, how much muscle mass you have on your body. The heavier you are, the more muscle you got. So, especially the more muscle you got in your glutes, quads, and hams, because, you know, if you're carrying 400 pounds, even if you're a BMI of 35, you still got big glutes, quads, and hams. You're still sitting on a V8 engine. You just don't even know it. So we still need to feed that engine. I know we're running out of time here, so keep in mind, it really all depends. If you really want to just kind of take this average shotgun blast, aim for about 20 grams for the women. Males, we always aim for about 35 to 40 grams. Is there going to be a little overspill? Yes, but it's okay. It's not that much overspill. And also, by the end of the day, you get maybe 200 grams of protein in your system if you're eating 40 grams every 40 grams every 3 hours, and we got 5 meals. That's 800 calories. Okay, so then all the protein requirements are done and taken care of. Now let's talk about your fat intake, your carbohydrate intake, and sure enough, by the end of the day, you've consumed, well, depending on the cycle, between 1,500 and 2,500 calories. And you know what? If you're 250 pounds, if you're 220 pounds, if you're 300 pounds, you're still burning way more than that. So we've accomplished this incredible deficit, the deficit that we're looking for to create weight loss. So it's a win-win situation. I'm not too concerned about that. So that 30, max 30 grams, it really all depends. It's a great question, because you know what? Now we're starting to get into the nitty-gritty of diet. It's not this 50,000 foot view. We're really starting to get into our own specific needs. Guys, we're out of time. Sorry, didn't mean to ramble on that one, but hope that really helped you out. And hook you out with your protein needs today. See you guys.
Bye.